Get over here!
Do you like Dragon Quest? How about Dynasty Warriors? Well then, have I got the game for you. Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is a hack-em-up slash-em-up with stupendous spells, massive monster mashes, and an all-star cast of lovable characters that are guaranteed to make you smile. Except for this little gremlin. She is dreadful.
Deer and Harbour keep on fighting to...
Can one of you lot please tell me what you're all blathering on about? Where exactly are we, and what exactly is going on?
I'm sorry, sweetie. Let's see.
Sweetie, do you mind not talking to me like a 3-year-old?
I can't think of anything more boring than talking at length about the story, so here it is in a nutshell. A prophecy states that if war is waged, then the world will end. Sounds pretty cut and dry, right? No way anybody can mess up such simple directions, am I right? Well, it would be a pretty lousy game if you just sat around being all peaceful and stuff. Pick your main character, go out and start leveling up, collecting ingredients for upgrades, and adding new members to your party. Don't think too hard about how heroes from different DQ universes wound up in this world. What was it Bilbo said? You step onto the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there's no telling where you might be swept off to. The 2 characters you choose from at the start become fully customizable after some story quests. You get your typical vocations, warrior, thief, etc., with 2 special jobs opening up after meeting certain criteria. It's a good idea to switch up your playstyle since you can put points into specific stats that carry between jobs, making for a much stronger character. As for the legacy characters, about half of them have unique playstyles that your main character can't get. Goblin here throws boomerangs, and if you time it right on their return, she'll throw out a toomerang. You can even time a return with a frizz spell to turn it into a row of fireballs. It's a playstyle that rewards a cool head over mindlessly hacking up baddies. Then you've got my boy Torneko with all kinds of knickknacks to fight with. Carver can charge up all of his normal attacks just like the Hulk from Ultimate Destruction. That was a good game. Terry's grown up since his days as a monster master, we'll get to that eventually, and now wields a lightning sword that gives him a bunch of mobility and mirror images that can copy his attacks. I didn't bother with Cesar for a while, but man, that was a mistake. This dude's a powerhouse with access to the coolest spell in DQ, the blow shit up spell. Mina tosses out volleys of cards to mark enemies, and can use special spells to damage and debuff each mark. As for Maya, she almost never left my party. All of her spells and skills are AoEs that pump up your combo count, which is the point since she can hover and attack from the air once it reaches over 100. That, and I just really like her as a character.
Well, don't just stand there. We've got a reunion to go to.
Lay down the hurt for long enough and you'll be able to use high tension mode, letting you run amok without fear of taking damage or running out of MP, ending with a massive coup de grace attack.
I see distraction.
These are great fun to watch, though you do get an option to shorten the animations. I especially enjoy the reference to Kiril's AI behavior from the NES version of DQ4, and Maya using Puff to transform into a dragon. I love that Jessica's magic burst empties her MP bar just long enough to show that the devs were paying attention to detail, but I don't remember Elena being able to fling a ginormous fireball. I just finished DQ4 and she doesn't get any spells at all. That's classic Toriyama, ass-pulling abilities that don't make any sense out of nowhere.
Forward now, reading your mind.
Wait, what?
Musou games like this excel at giving you the satisfaction of mowing down hordes of enemies, but this one in particular did an admirable job of utilizing core DQ mechanics and adapting them into an action game. For example, you can quickly switch between 4 party members with the push of a button, giving you easy access to varied playstyles. A useful mechanic since the AI can often be pretty dumb. I've been in the middle of boss fights and seen dudes twiddling their thumbs off in a corner. Status ailments are here too, like dance zones that have to be avoided lest you start getting jiggy with it. There are also healing spells with a few different flavors, like Mina's multi-heal, Jessica's boogie woogie, and Kiril's re-heal, which leaves a healing zone on the ground. Gameplay is split between traveling through overworld zones with chests to find, innocents to save, and optional big bads that'll bash you good if you aren't prepared. The other half are quests that take place in self-contained zones. These vary in quality. Large-scale battle against the 3 tribes of the Beastlands? Good. Painfully slow escort mission? Bad. Tower defense quests where you defend your buddy Helix while he casts a spell? Good. Optional sneaking quest for the Thieves' Key? Oh boy is it bad. Mini medals are still around, but forget those. Monster medals are the new hotness. A possible reference to the monster medals from the GBC version of DQ3. These drop from enemies and can be used to summon a monster to fight for you, or give you support through buffs and special attacks. Some even let you transform into a monster. They're a great addition to the formula and can be extremely helpful. There's even an online mode that focuses on using them to damage a boss for points. It's chaotic and surprisingly fun. You can also do co-op dungeons and help somebody with story quests as long as you finish them once yourself.
It's my pleasure to serve such lovely ladies.
Did I enjoy my time with DQ Heroes 2? Sure, but let's keep it real. There's a lot of crust. The soundtrack is a serious problem. Yeah, they're the same old fondly remembered tunes from the main games, but they're these really lousy MIDI versions that don't do them justice. Remember how Hyrule Warriors had these really cool rockin' remixes of old themes? That would have been great, but Sugiyama was notorious for keeping an iron grip on his music and dictating how it was used. Oh well, at least the Dark World theme sounds pretty good.
I love this track.
But man, these battle themes were not designed to be listened to on repeat. 10 minutes into hearing the same theme and I just can't stand it anymore.
I can't stand it! I can't stand it!
Upgrading accessories in the alchemy pod is a pain, since nowhere in the game does it tell you where certain items are, not even in the bestiary. There's a nice selection of weapons that all look different, including legendary gear like Loto's set, but instead of classic armor, we just get orbs. Orbs? Talk about uninspired. The animated scenes are fun to watch, but the voice acting and dialogue is a mixed bag. Most of the time the voice acting is pretty good. I especially enjoy Maya's lines.
You could have told me to pack my fur coat. Are we nearly there yet? How much further till we reach the top?
But the 2 main characters are painfully formulaic most of the time. He's the energetic, hot-headed one. She's the down-to-earth party pooper that always pulls him back. I lost count of how many times this dude says, "All right!" He even says it in the final cutscene.
Hey, are you okay?
I really don't like the direction they took with Elena's voice acting. She sounds like Minnie Mouse trying to do a Russian accent.
I am. Thank you, kiddo. If not for you, I would be thoroughly punctured.
But characters like Torneko, Carver, Jessica, Terry, and especially Kirill, they're all great. Except for the gremlin. Every time she speaks, I want to die.
Really? We don't even know these people, let alone what they're dragging us into.
It goes without saying, but this style of game isn't for everybody. It's lots and lots of using the same attacks and spells over and over, given a little dose of variety whenever new characters are added to the group. What we have here is a game that's good, mindless fun, and I can see myself coming back for a second playthrough in New Game Plus. Oh sorry, I meant Flying Start Mode. Creative name for it. It's a little thrifty, a little janky, and a little unpolished, but for the $30 I paid on sale, I think it was worth it. DQ Heroes 2 is a fun adventure with some of the most beloved characters in the series, and for some fans, that's all they really need. Thanks very much for watching. Please consider becoming a spooky scary subscriber, and I'll see you next time on the Bone Zone. This is A Skeleton signing out.